this reality, this earth is literally a game. It's a game. You have to understand the idea of there's a couple things you have to understand is the freedom of the spiritual realms and the infinite level of intelligence and power you have as your true self or a level of yourself, a higher level of yourself, which you are right now or and are connected to. That part of you can seamlessly with other people and by itself create whole universes, create whole realities with themes of normalcy, how the mind works, how consciousness works, how spirituality works in there. Uh, Pulling truth from the realm you're in, pulling truth from the truer realms, the more divine realms, and putting them in that reality. And the laws of that reality, how reality works while you're in that reality. Uh, the memories you bring in that reality, the point of view you have in that reality, the the roles you play in that reality. It's all co-created by all the people that are going to be in that reality. They all agree and co-create outside of time and space. They create this reality. All the limiting factors, all the whatever is thought of, and then you go in that reality for the experience, for the positives, for the conditioning, for the contrast of that reality for the to the next reality, for the relationships you get, to express yourself, to learn things. And like realize that's what Earth is. Earth, there's infinite amount of realities that have been created, and and it's just a fantasy. It's a fantasy realm. It's a fantasy realm. Like think of it like that. Like where you're playing a character. Where you're playing a character. It doesn't mean that it's not true to you. It doesn't mean it's not a true part of you. It is a part of you. It's your expression, right? But you're not limited to that. And whatever happens in this is it's just a dream. It's a dream realm. You're going to wake up from it. And it doesn't define you. It doesn't define you. And like there's way so many reasons that aren't obvious to the human mind while you're in the game why you would take a birth like this. But there's some obvious reasons to prove yourself, to prove the divinity in you, to prove the like the subconscious skills and affinities you have, to like all this stuff, to grow closer to the divine, to grow closer to God, to have a to have gratitude for for the divine, and have gratitude for freedom, and have gratitude for love, and have gratitude for non-suffering, because you went through all these limiting reality, and and these illusions, and now you get to be in this free reality, this blissful reality, to have gratitude for brotherhood and sisterhood, where everyone in the spiritual realm is literally your friend, your brother and your sister. They're so divine that that's what they are. And also, and I'm telling you, there's an infinite amounts of ways that you can create a mind, and create a mind based off the realities you've been in. Like for example, you die and you know that this whole thing you've been experiencing is a co-created reality that was set up by the divine, by you, God, and everyone else that came in it. And you know that you have the choice of staying in this reality even after you die, where you believe whatever you believe from Earth, or like you believe the spiritual things from Earth, you believe the ways of reincarnation from Earth, or you believe whatever you believe. Or either your higher self says, no, we're taking you out real quick right after you die. You've had enough, because that's what you planned on. Or either your body aspires to do that and the higher self follows through with it, God follows through with it too, and takes you out. Like Earth is definitely, just because I know like the realities there's an infinite amount of realities you could create compared to some realities. Earth is a very high illusional reality, because even when your physical body dies, you could still you could still be in that reality. It's like a linear progression. It's like a long journey. What I mean is, like, you go, like, you've listened to like what the saints say, you believe in Christianity, you believe in blah blah blah, you believe in this, you believe in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, or something still in this matrix happens to you after you die. And yeah, but for example, one of the reasons, like a reason to take a birth on human reality, is because Earth and all the minds that went into Earth created all these different fantasies, And with the limitations of Earth compared to the limitations of these fantasies, when you die and get back into the spiritual zone of freedom, you could say, hey, I want to create the Harry Potter universe. And there's probably like hundreds of Harry Potter universes right now for all the dead people and all the people that mastered astral projection. And that's like the smallest little blip of the sea of realities. And it's not, and I say there's 100 because it could be like this, like, do you want to remember do you want to have the personality you have from Earth? Do you want to be from the 4th plane, the 5th plane, the 6th plane? Do you want to have your chakras opened up? Do you want to be born as an infant? Do you want to have the memories of being born as an infant? Do you blah blah blah? Do people want to actually believe this is their reality? Do they want to have an ignorance where they don't know of other realities or other spiritual things? And there's all these different ideas. I mean, like, from my standpoint, I'm making it a free reality where I take the conditioning from Earth, because I get to live in a fantasy land, this contrast of this limiting existence, which is full of divinity, and we're about to find that out when the aliens come. And just, it is. But I get to have that contrast of this kind of harder, more limiting existence, or non-fantasy existence, even though it has very divine things better than fantasy. I get to live, and you could like design, you could come to conclusions and laws and rules from like your physical mind, but you could either ascend to a higher plane where you're more intelligent and more one and more seamless, and you could literally see yourself do every little minute detail of the universe, or you could just put a general thoughts out, and then that higher part of you creates the universe with everyone else's higher part. And you leave some things up just to that higher part because it's divine, it has a super high intelligence, it's going to make it fun for you. And that part of you can fill in any of the roles that other people aren't filling in. So everyone's higher selves would like, if you don't have enough people for the whole universe, it's just like a dream. Those higher selves will be either a mix of them will be controlling the other people, or one of them, or you know what I mean. And like, I'm trying to be there. I'm not trying to have ignorance. I'm not trying to have any ignorance. I'm not trying to be my total higher self either. I think I'm gonna see what it's like to be my higher self, probably. And then I'll decide. Because you might just like be like just a still fucking, you might not do anything if you're your higher self. You might just be like, yeah, but like, yeah. And like, that's something that to me seems like a good use of time. Like, I'm gonna when you guys die, like, I'm gonna come up to you guys and be like, yo, you have a lot of options here. You have a lot of options, but I got some ideas. You want to go in the Harry Potter universe, and when you fall asleep at night, you go in the Pokemon universe, and something like that.